Today we are going to talk about the election of 1860. This is the Electoral College map, and right away you'll notice this doesn't look like an Electoral College map for modern day, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, out west we have a lot of territories. Secondly, a lot of the numbers are different. Remember, Electoral College is based on population, so the bigger the state's population, the more Electoral College votes it gets. Look at, for instance, Texas with 4, California with 4, and then there's states like Mississippi that has 7. So obviously it shows as population changes over time. Second thing you'll notice on a modern Electoral College map, we're only going to see 2 colors, blue and red, one for the Republicans, one for the Democrats. This one has 4 different colors, so this makes it a strange election, to say the least. So if we look at it, we have our key down here. We're going to ignore this. Don't worry about this. If we look at this and we just look at it visually, we probably think that either the person that is red, who's Abraham Lincoln, or the person that's green, who is this guy named Breckinridge, who is a Southern Democrat, probably had the best chance to win because they won the most states. But this is very, very misleading. The election of 1860, despite what you see on this map, came down to Abraham Lincoln and Stephen F. Douglas, the Northern Democrat. And you might say, well, wait a second. Stephen Douglas only won Missouri and part of New Jersey. How could that be? How did he have a chance to become president? Clearly, this Breckinridge guy won way more states. But what the deal was, both Lincoln and Stephen Douglas were Northerners. And it was a Northerner, most likely, that was going to become president because the North had a higher population. So if you wanted to become president of the United States, you needed to win the North. Look at, for instance, Pennsylvania and New York right there. If you win those 2 states, if my math is correct, there are 62 Electoral College votes. I would imagine that is more than those southern states down there. So continuing on, the election of 1860, it was a crazy election. 4 different candidates won Electoral College votes. Ultimately, it came down to Abraham Lincoln, who was the Republican, and Stephen Douglas, who was the Northern Democrat. Shows us just how divided the country was. And we saw that on the map. Lincoln does end up winning because he wins the northern states. So Lincoln being more popular in the North than Stephen Douglas gave him the White House. And the South views Lincoln as an abolitionist, and he fears he will try to eliminate slavery nationwide. Is this a valid fear? In the end, it was, because it's going to take a while. But in the end, Abraham Lincoln will make his attempt in his move on slavery.